Faraday Sports with another OOTP 22 perfect draft. Thank you for jumping in. My name is Paul. I run FaradaySports.com, this channel, and I'm also on Twitter at Faraday Sports. So make sure to like, subscribe, follow, do all the things. All the links you need are in the blasey blah down below. We're going to do our second recorded perfect draft. Here you see my record so far since PD dropped earlier, well, last week, I guess. The first one we did, we finished third place. I won the second one. That one I didn't record. Then I won one the other day, yesterday. We won our second one. So we're doing pretty good. So let's see what we got to work with now. Feeling pretty good. So let's go with this best of 7 for 5,000. It's going to be 5,000 points to win. And here we go. My best tip so far is draft defense. I've been going defensive heavy so far, and it's been working out pretty well for me. Let's see. We could go Bellinger or Gary Gaetti. I think those are the two plays. Eddie Murray would be a strong choice. Orlando Cepeda would be good. I like Cody Bellinger. I think he's a piece you can build around. He's good enough at center field that if we put some better than average left and right fielders around him, we will be very good in the outfield. I've had a real tough time getting catchers, so I think we might have to go Sizemore here. JJ Bleday isn't defensive enough for me. Brian Jordan would be a good pick. A peak Brian Jordan would be a strong call. I think we're going to get better. I think we're going to get other workable options here in right field. In the outfield, I think we're going to be seeing some more choices. Grady Sizemore as a center fielder. What am I doing? Calling him a catcher. So yeah, I think we got to go Brian Jordan. Looks like we're going to be looking at a pitcher here. Trevor Hoffman would be good for the shutdown role, but we've had pretty good luck drafting starters that go deep into games. So let's see. It's hard to pass up a 99 diamond Carlos Zambrano. Yeah, I think Carlos is going to be the play here. So we've got our ace starter. We've got two good pieces in the outfield. Now we're into the golds, and this is going to be pick 2 per round. So I think we're going to have to do Pat Morin as our catcher. I've been burned on not being able to draft catchers high up so far. I want somebody with some speed. I need a top of the lineup guy. Max Muncy, I don't think is going to be it. Elvis Andrus might be a good play. Ray Durham might be a good call. I think I'm going to go Elvis. So Elvis and Pat, we've got our catcher and our second base and our shortstop now. We're starting to fill it up. Let's see. Need a left fielder and most of the infield. So Dick Wakefield might be a good top of the lineup guy. George Chalmers is a strong pick. We could Ricky Nolasco, I think that's a steal. I think that's going to be a steal in the 5th round. So let's go Nolasco. Ken Kellner, I think we'll see better options down the road. I think we're going to go Dick Wakefield and Ricky Nolasco. One of those two players ever been mentioned in the same breath. Pete Alonso, that is definitely going to be the play. That'll be our number 4 hitter for sure. You could go Granny Hamner. Hamner will bulk up whatever we lose with Pete Alonso being a dead average fielder. So then we just need third baseman and some pitching depth. All right. Let's look at old Harry Lloyd over here. Defense is awful, so we're going to avoid him. So it looks like this is going to be a pitcher's round. Dave McNally's got really good stuff and great stamina, especially for a guy. Well, in the 60s they were going deep, but those are good numbers for a 7th round. So we're going to pick him up, and we're going to be looking at a relief pitcher here. So we're looking at Mike Fetters, Craig Stamen, Jeff Geary. I think Jeff Geary might slide into our closer role. Not the sexiest pick, but I think he's got good enough stuff to make that work. All right, so we still need a third baseman. Craig Grebeck. We might be... Ooh, Larry Parrish. He's got some pop, and I think... let's see. 43 versus a 37. Honestly, for me, this is a coin flip, but we need a third baseman before we start getting into the late rounds, so we're going to go Larry Parrish here. Ricky Bottalico is probably going to be the closer, so he'll probably take over that role from Geary. I think that's a better look in the bullpen. So that gives us 3 starters and 2 relievers. We've got our 9 starters. So now that I've got all my starters, I look at versatility guys. I look at guys that can play more than one position. We're also looking for a few more pitchers, so Fausto Carmona might be a good pick. Ray Culp. Art Johnson's a lefty. Let's go Art Johnson. Let's go Art Johnson and Ron Rivera. See, Ron's got Juan Rivera's scored out at all 3 outfield positions, so that starts to give us some of that bench versatility. All right, we need one more starting pitcher and a couple more bullpen arms. So we're gonna look at that. I think Davey Garcia is going to be the starter. Those are really good numbers out of the pen, so that's going to be the call there. We're going to go Scrub and Garcia. All right, pick 11. Let's look at some bench depth. TJ Rivera scores that at first, second, and third, which is good. He's slightly below average around the diamond, though, but that's still a pretty good call there. Good constitution, slightly below average defense. He'll be a guy that comes off the bench for us. He'll be a fill-in. He'll be able to do some damage there. Still need some relievers. We also need our backup catchers, so let's go with Dwayne Josephson, just so we have our backup catcher locked in, and we've got 2 more rounds to get the rest of our bench depth in pitching. So round 12, I want a reliever and I want an infielder with some utility. So we're gonna look. Bob McClure. He's a lefty out of the pen, which I think is a good call. Let's see. Chris Richard gives us a little bit more depth in the outfield. Scores out at 3 positions. He's actually a better first baseman than a right fielder, which is his primary, so that's kind of interesting. A lot of times you won't find in the old timers, you won't find that position versatility like you will in guys who played in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. So when you're looking for somebody that's got some that scores out at more than one position, you're usually going to be looking at some of these players from the 90s and 2000s. Dixie Howell, I think, might be it. So that'll put us at 5 relievers and 5 pitchers, or 5 starters. So round 12, we got to get some more bench. That's kind of interesting. Kirby Faraday, 1940s Shohei Ohtani, pitching and playing in the field. So, I'm not seeing the depth that I want. I think we do enter in Inciarte, and I don't want Derek Bell. I need somebody. Do we take the pitcher first baseman? Man, I don't know what the play is here. Maybe we take another reliever and go with 6 bullpen arms. I think that's got to be it, right? Because we have, because we've got all the outfield depth. I think we're gonna need. Oh God, this is the last round, so we got to get everybody. Shoot. Okay, so let's. I think this is what we got to do. I think we got to go Inciarte, Mastroianni, Bell, Tom DeTore, and Fernando Gonzalez. I think those are our best options here. Okay, so that's our team. We'll jump over here to the manage roster. Everything's already set up, but the first things I always do is come down here, rotation mode. We're going to want to always start the highest rested. These best of 7s are sprints, so you always want to make sure you're putting your best arms on the mound when you can. I also always come down here and allow starting pitcher and relief. Again, the long-term durability of these guys really isn't going to be an issue since it's a 32-team tournament. You won't be playing a ton of games. And this is the lineup. We're going to go, it's righty heavy for sure, but I think we've got a good mix of defense, hitting, and speed. We're going to start off with Elvis Andrus, then Juan Rivera, Brian Jordan hitting 3, Bellinger on cleanup, Pete Alonso, 5, Dick Wakefield, 6 as our DH, Pat Moore, and behind the plate at 7, Larry Parrish playing 3rd and batting 8, and then Granny Hamner hitting in the pitcher slot. Elvis Andrus, shortstop, is the only position that we don't have a backup for, but you do see that we've got a lot of depth. We've got 4 bats off the bench that can jump in there and pinch hit. We've got 3 guys fast enough to rate out as pinch runners, and we're too deep at a bunch of positions. So we do have a lot of depth, a lot of versatility. Then what I always do is I always come over here. Everything is normalized right here. That's going to be the default. So I always go to strategy presets. I just go sabermetric. I think the game is designed by sabermetric fans, so I think that gameplay might skew a little bit towards sabermetrics. I also think that playing a sabermetric style will help you steal a couple of wins, which is definitely needed when you're playing this short best of 7 format. So there it is. That's our team. You can follow us on Twitter at Faraday Sports, and as soon as this league wraps up, hopefully I'll be able to post a screen grab of us taking down another championship over there. So follow along on Twitter at Faraday Sports. Hit the like and subscribe, and also if you feel like it and you got some time, swing by our website, FaradaySports.com, for baseball nonsense. We'll see you next time.